got pregnant around November of 2014, and we were pregnant with twins. But around the 9-week ultrasound, we found out that twin A's heartbeat had stopped, but that twin B was totally fine. And then at the 12-week ultrasound, we found out that twin B's heartbeat had also stopped. We were extremely blindsided by the miscarriages.
It's hard to understand what the woman is going through for a man. We really can't relate. It's very difficult. The best thing that I was able to do is just be there and try to support her in any way I can.
I was not able to get pregnant again. Through surgeries, through IUI, and through IVF, my body was not able to accept the embryo. So after trying several times unsuccessfully, we had various doctors bring up having a gestational carrier. I started to come to terms that I would not be able to conceive and carry a baby myself. At that point, I didn't know where else to turn. So I turned to Facebook and I just searched surrogacy, and I went ahead and sent a friend request.
Wow, joining me now are Kyle and Kelly. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And look at Ainsley Rain. Oh my gosh. Okay, Kelly, you already got me crying and wanting to babysit. What up? Congratulations. Kyle, how does it feel to be holding her?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Every chance I get, I hold her. Any opportunity I have.
Oh, she's so cute. Kelly, I know you guys named her Ainsley Rain because she's your rainbow baby. And I didn't know that term meant the baby that is born after a pregnancy loss. They are the rainbow after the storm.
Yes, that's correct. So after losing, our 2 heartbeats, after hearing the heartbeat, any mom knows how connected you are to those babies immediately. So after losing our 2 heartbeats with the first pregnancy at different times, and then our third baby with our third miscarriage, we definitely wanted to find a name for her that was really meaningful and significant. So we decided upon Rain.
She was born on Valentine's Day, 2022. Kyle, they say having a child is like having your heart outside your body. Does it feel like that for you?
Oh man, it changed everything, especially whenever I saw her and held her for the first time. It's an incredible feeling.
Kelly, you talked about the first miscarriage was shocking, but you kept trying, and within, was it 6 years, you had your second miscarriage. You tried IVF and surgeries. What kept you hopeful? I think that a lot of people would say, I couldn't go through it again, or emotionally it would just be too much. What kept you trying?
Kyle asked me this the other night. We were eating dinner at a restaurant, and he said, what kept you going? You were really the driving force behind this. What kept you going? And, I had to think on it for a while, but what really stuck out to me was the way I was raised. I was very blessed to have been raised by 2 very loving parents. Giving up was never an option in the household. You never started something and then quit. Whatever you started, you followed through. And my desire was so great to have a child that I knew that I was going to do whatever it took in order to have her. So I just kept going back to relying on my faith that this would happen to us. I kept optimistic. I never allowed.
Bless you, princess. Oh my gosh, you're just cute as sneeze. You stayed optimistic. But Kyle, I'm curious though, we go on Facebook to find out updates on friends. You will go on Facebook to find out when your high school reunion might be happening. Some people go on to see what old exes are doing. Your wife went on Facebook and found someone that potentially would carry your baby. When she told you that she was ready to try this path, what did you think?
I was like, open to it. We got to the point where we were just open to any possible thing that we can make this happen with. And the fact that she was trying every avenue that was possible, I was excited, but very cautious.
Cautious.
Um,
What were you thinking could go wrong? I mean, we know the hope, but what was the concern?
well, first of all, it's Facebook. So
Well, there's that.
had never met. And so, is this really true? Could this be fake? Is this person just pulling our strings? Lots of thoughts go through your mind, but Kelly, she spoke with her a couple of times, and she really told me that she feels very confident that she's going to pull through.
Well, you know what, coming up, we're going to meet the person who Kelly met on Facebook, and that bond resulted in that baby after the break. Welcome back. We are talking about the road to parenthood, and Kelly and Kyle Savant just had their rainbow baby, Ainsley Rain, through surrogacy. And surrogacy is, of course, on the rise in the United States, with the CDC now reporting over 18,000 babies born by gestational carriers between 1999 and 2013. But there is still limited research and resources, which is why families turn, in some cases, to social media, as Kelly and Kyle did. Kelly, you were on Facebook. What was the message that you posted?
So Jasmine, I joined a surrogacy Facebook group, and I realized that not many people were posting from Louisiana. So I searched just the word Louisiana in the search bar, and I saw from 2017 what a woman in Louisiana had posted who was interested in being a gestational carrier.
That's the post. We have it there. That post was up for 3 years?
That post was up for 3 years, and they had a few comments under. So I went ahead and friend requested her and sent her a private message just to see if she had ever pursued a journey in surrogacy.
Well, my next guest is the woman who put that post up, a mom who had already given birth to 4 kids of her own, but felt called to help Kelly and her family. Please welcome Jasmine Johnson Isaac to the show. Oh my gosh. Jasmine, as I said, you have 4 children of your own. Your youngest is 6. And in the state of Louisiana, surrogates cannot be compensated. You did this truly because you wanted to help another family. I just find that incredible. I'm gonna just keep it basic. Why?
I had already finished having my kids. So, once I finished having my kids and, my family was complete, I had already been through that myself as far as having a miscarriage. So, I know exactly how that felt, and I empathize with those women. And I took to Facebook, and I've seen a lot of posts that people had made, and you see on TV, different stuff like that with women saying that they're suffering with infertility. So I wanted to extend that blessing if I could.
I mean, is it like a calling, or do you, I'm so obsessed with this answer because I find it phenomenal, but it's also something I don't know most people would do.
It was just simply empathy.
Wow.
My heart went all the way out to those ladies. I know what it's like to love your child. So, why not extend that blessing to someone else? And why not, who don't deserve that?
So in states like New York and Louisiana, where you live, surrogacy is legal, but only enforceable under specific conditions, right? So I know that there are complex laws. By law, your husband also had to be on board with being a gestational carrier. What did your family think, Jasmine, when you said, I'm going to do this?
My family know who I am, so they've always been supportive with everything I've done, and they know once I have something on my mind, I'm going for it. So it's best just to stand back and watch. If you're not going to be supportive, just stand to the side. But for the most part, all of them been on board and just there with me 100%.
Kelly, obviously, you are a white couple. Jasmine is African-American. People are still trying to understand the science sometimes with things. When you first saw that the person behind the post was Black, did that in any way impact whether or not you wanted to go through with it?
No, not at all. Not for 1 second. And as you message with Jasmine and as you get to know her, I knew her immediately. I knew immediately that this was a person who, I just was ecstatic that she would even consider doing this for us. She is a phenomenal person. So there was never any hesitation on our part in any way, shape, or form.
And when people talk about this journey, it wasn't easy for you either, Jasmine. You actually did 2 IVF rounds. The first transfer did not result in a pregnancy. What toll does that take on you as a surrogate? Because I know you're doing it for Kelly and Kyle, but your body is still going through it, and the emotional roller coaster of it not happening that first time. How did you deal with that?
Just beginning with it, it had, I didn't expect everything to happen the way it did. So, of course, just going in with the first transfer, I expected it to happen the first time, and it didn't. After that, I was already sucked into it. So, when it didn't take, I was discouraged. It took a toll on to me like it would take on to her as the mother itself, herself.
Wow, Kyle,
so, just that feeling.
When you look at, I'm looking at this picture, and how do you describe it? I mean, that your wife would go on Facebook, you'd find this angel in Jasmine, and then you've got your angel in your arm. How do you describe it all, Kyle?
Super surreal. It's very difficult to describe the feeling, but the biggest blessing is what Jasmine did for us, and no better gift in the world can anyone give.
Well, listen, clearly Ainsley Rain is a little sleepy. She's falling asleep right now. You all just have such a beautiful story, and I am so honored to have shared it. Ainsley is bored by this conversation. She has fallen asleep in your arms, Kyle. We got to get her to bed. I love that you dressed her up. This is a true Southern family. She's got the bow and the bracelet, all of it all. Thank you. God bless you. And Jasmine, God bless you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you.